Here we are, back with another preview. Austin Wolf, Trey Eskridge, the horsehead guy from Jack's Militia. The U.S. beat Ecuador. We're through to the semifinal of the Copa America, and we're about to face Argentina, ranked #1 in the world. Trey and I are going to break down the matchup for you. Here we go. So Argentina is a team with lots of world-class talent. Players to look out for, obviously Messi, Higuain, Di Maria, just to name a few. Trey, you think we're going to be able to compete with these guys?
It's going to be tough. We're going to have to play the game of our lives. Defense is going to be on its P's and Q's, making sure everything is just getting out of the box. Got to make sure that our wingers are flying up, flying back. It's going to be a tough game. I think, as always, in typical U.S. fashion, it all starts in the back. Move on from there.
So Argentina have been killing it in the Copa America so far. They're undefeated. They've won every single game. The only team that's won every single game. Copa America so far for Argentina, they've scored 14 goals, conceded 2. They beat Chile, who is, probably the strongest team in the tournament other than Argentina.
I mean, last year they won the Copa America.
Yeah, so they've got a lot of momentum too. And Argentina came out and beat them in the first game. And that was a replay of the final, if I'm not mistaken, in Copa America last year. So Argentina's used to going late into this tournament, and they've already beat the best. So the U.S. is going to have the odds stacked up against them in this one for sure.
Oh, definitely. Biggest king is going to make sure that Argentina continues to have that monkey on its back. So just because you may be the best player in the world on probably the best team in the world does not necessarily mean that you will win this whole tournament. So hopefully the U.S. can get a win, knock them out, and then we'll see what happens with the Chile game.
Major concern for the U.S. in this one, we're going to be missing 3 of our starters that have played every game so far in the Copa America. Bobby Wood, Alejandro Bedoya, and Jermaine Jones all will not be eligible for us in this game. So they're all going to have to be replaced one way or another. Jones, direct replacements, maybe Beckerman or Nagby.
Yeah, definitely. It all kind of depends on what the emphasis is. If we're going to go defensive, trying to ensure that we stop Messi, I think you have to go Beckerman. He is the only true natural center defensive midfielder we've got that's even played a game for the U.S. really. Nagby would be more of an attacking threat if we really try and take it to Argentina and take advantage of some of their defensive capabilities.
So Bobby Wood, he's also going to be ineligible for us. We've got a couple people that could replace him. We've got Pulisic and Wondolowski, who isn't the most popular player for the U.S., but he's made the roster again. He does have some experience for us. So he's a potential replacement for Wood up front if we decide to go that route. So Bedoya is our third and final player we won't have available. Direct replacements for him would be Zusi, Johnson, or Pulisic, obviously depending on formation. What do you think about that one, Trey?
If we stay with the 4-4-2, Zusi's probably your best bet there. Great passer of the ball, great crosser, willing to do the work rate, pretty decent on speed. If we go 4-2-3-1, which is kind of the formation I think the U.S. should implement, then you could bring in Beasler on the left for left back and move Johnson up into the left wing, and that should be able to handle the pace on that side of the field. So
absolutely. So that would kind of match up Johnson with Messi, so they could use his pace maybe to stay close to him man to man, because we're going to have to man mark him if we're going to want to compete in this game. Good thing about the U.S. so far in the Copa America, we've still not conceded a goal from open play. Which is amazing because defense was always our biggest issue, and it's been one of our biggest strengths in this tournament. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going forward, because Argentina has world-class talent up front that are going to be coming right at us. The U.S. had those 2 clean sheets in the group stage. We conceded 1 goal to Ecuador in the quarterfinal. So far it's been great for us. We've still got John, Brooks, and Guzan in great form at the center of our defense. We're going to need them to play out of their skin, absolute game of their careers, if we want to have a chance in this one. What do you think we should expect from the U.S. in this game, formation and tactics-wise?
U.S. lately have been using the tried and true 4-4-2. It's gotten the best out of Clint Dempsey. Probably can guarantee that that's how we'll start the game. However, I honestly think, like previously mentioned, the 4-2-3-1 will be the best formation for us because it'll have a triangle right in the center of the midfield to try and disrupt the play from Argentina. We'll have Johnson on the left, we'll have Zardes on the right, and then we'll have Yedlin coming behind on the overlap. So take the speed of Argentina and be able to counterattack with our own speed. However, by doing all this, we'll be leaving Dempsey kind of up alone. That's where Darlington Nagbe maybe comes in at the center attacking mid position and be able to get some link-up play, hold it up, bring our wings up forward, and bring everyone into attack.
Argentina is not known to have the strongest back line. You probably wouldn't be able to recognize that given they've only given up 2 goals in the entire tournament. But as far as defenders, they've got Otamendi, Funes Mori, and Marcus Rojo.
Yes.
They've all had kind of shaky years in the Premier League this year. The U.S. may be able to exploit them, catch them out of position. I know Otamendi is very often caught way out in left field. So his positioning might be something that the U.S. could take advantage of.
Oh, absolutely. Otamendi and Funes Mori both have not had great seasons. They did let in a goal against Venezuela on Saturday. And then obviously Marcus Rojo is not the most defensive-minded player. He likes getting upfield, so hopefully we can catch him unawares and then quickly counterattack on that, take advantage of the fact that they also haven't played together that often. It's a very new back four for them, considering they don't have Demichelis or Zabaleta in this tournament. So, like I said, hopefully the U.S. can take advantage of that bit.
Absolutely. All right, so we had the same discussion about Ecuador. The same thing could happen again. There's no extra time in Copa America. It goes straight to PKs. Who do you think is going to have the advantage, Trey?
Argentina definitely has more experience than the U.S., which is kind of a flip 180 than how it was against Ecuador. They have probably the greatest percentage-wise of wins in actual shootouts. I think they've made 40 out of 50 attempts they've ever had, compared to the U.S.'s 6 total shootouts and making 21 out of 30. Honestly, it's more of a toss-up than the previous game. I still think Argentina is the more experienced. They also have more attacking threats, the more goal scorers in their team. When you have Messi, when you have Di Maria, when you have Aguero in your team, these guys are putting up 15, 20, 30, 40 goals a season for their clubs.
Yeah, the U.S. doesn't have any goal scorer anywhere near as prolific as those players for Argentina.
Exactly.
But if it comes down to PKs, anybody could win. It's a cruel way to win. It's a cruel way to lose. But when it comes down to PKs, on their day, anybody could win.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, with our score predictions, Trey actually hit it dead on. 2-1 win for the U.S. So congratulations to you on that. So now, we're going to see what he thinks will happen between the U.S. and Argentina.
This is a bit of a two-parter. If you can tell, going with my head, I go 3-1 Argentina. However, my heart always says U.S. is always going to win. 1-1, going into PKs, U.S. pulling it out.
Not bad, not bad. All right, well, I kind of went the same way. With my head, it's hard to go against Argentina. I'm going to say the U.S. are going to lose 2-1 to Argentina. However, if I go with my heart, U.S. 1-0, massive defensive performance. I think the U.S. would have to play out of their skin for the scoreline to happen. John Brooks would have to be on every ball. Guzan's going to have to be just on another planet, blocking those crazy free kicks by Messi, and Higuain's just world-class striking ability. So that's what I think might happen. But the only true way to find out, Trey, FIFA. So there you have it. FIFA with the 2-1 prediction, US with the upset over Argentina. It could happen, you know. Crazier things have happened in soccer. Mexico just lost 7-0. It could happen. Argentina could go down. This could be the game where the US really assert themselves as a superpower in soccer. So that's what we think is going to happen. That's what FIFA thinks is going to happen. We want to know what you think is going to happen. Put your score lines in the comments below. We'd love to see what you guys think. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Let's go USA. Woo!